Intro. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's crucial for anyone looking to work in the field of artificial intelligence, building a robust AI pipeline. Whether you're a data scientist, machine learning engineer, or someone curious about AI, understanding how to effectively manage the lifecycle of an AI project is essential. We will cover everything from data ingestion, data preprocessing, model training, evaluation, and finally, deployment into production. So grab a notebook, and let's get started. What is an AI pipeline? First, let's clarify what we mean by an AI pipeline. An AI pipeline is essentially a series of interconnected processes designed to streamline the development and deployment of machine learning models. It encompasses everything from acquiring and preparing data to training models and making them available for users. A well-designed AI pipeline ensures that your model can efficiently ingest new data, retrain as necessary, and deliver insights quickly and reliably. Data ingestion. The first step in any AI pipeline is data ingestion. This is where you gather the raw data needed to train your models. The data can come from various sources, databases, APIs, web scraping, or even user-generated content. It's crucial to understand the nature of your data. Are you working with structured data, like tables from a SQL database, or unstructured data, such as text, images, or videos? For instance, if you're building a machine learning model for sentiment analysis, you'd likely need to ingest large volumes of text data from social media platforms or customer reviews. This process might involve connecting to APIs, executing queries on databases, or even scraping web pages using tools like Beautiful Soup or ScrapeAI. At this stage, it's important to consider the scalability of your data ingestion methods. As your application grows, the volume of data you need to process may increase significantly. Therefore, using cloud services, like AWS S3 for storage or Google Cloud Storage, can be beneficial, ensuring that you can scale your data storage and processing without major hurdles. Data preprocessing. Once the data is ingested, the next step is data preprocessing. Raw data is often messy and unclean, requiring several steps to prepare it for modeling. This might involve removing duplicates, handling missing values, and normalizing the data. Let's take the example of a dataset containing customer information for a retail business. You might find missing entries in age or income fields, which need to be handled. You could either fill these missing values using statistical methods, like mean or median imputation, or consider removing records that contain too many missing values. Another common task in data preprocessing is feature engineering. This involves creating new features from existing data that can help improve your model's accuracy. For example, instead of using raw dates, you could extract features like the day of the week, month, or even whether the date falls on a holiday. These new features might help the model capture patterns that are otherwise not immediately obvious. You might also need to convert categorical variables into numerical formats using techniques like one-hot encoding or label encoding. This is a crucial step since most machine learning algorithms work with numerical data. Moreover, it's essential to standardize or normalize your features, especially if they vary widely in scale. This is where techniques like min-max scaling or z-score normalization come into play, making sure that your model can learn effectively from the data. Model training. With clean and properly formatted data in hand, we move on to the modeling phase. This is where the actual machine learning magic happens. You'll typically start by selecting the right algorithm based on the problem you're trying to solve. Are you dealing with a classification problem, a regression problem, or a clustering task? Each type of problem might require a different algorithm. For instance, if you're predicting house prices, you might choose regression algorithms like linear regression or random forest regressor. Conversely, if you're working on a classification task, such as determining whether emails are spam or not, you might opt for algorithms like logistic regression, decision trees, or support vector machines. Once you've chosen your algorithm, the next step is to split your dataset into training and test sets. A common practice is to use 80% of the data for training and 20% for testing. This ensures that you have a separate dataset to evaluate the performance of your model after training. During training, you'll tune hyperparameters to enhance your model's performance. This can be done using techniques like grid search or random search, which systematically evaluate different combinations of parameters to find the best configuration. After training, it's crucial to evaluate your model's performance using appropriate metrics. For classification problems, metrics like accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score are commonly used. For regression, you might look at mean absolute error, MAA, mean squared error, MSE, or R-squared values. Understanding these metrics can help you assess how well your model is performing and whether it's fit for deployment. Model validation. Before we move to deployment, we need to validate the model. This step ensures that your model generalizes well to new, unseen data. A common technique for validation is cross-validation. By dividing your training data into multiple subsets, you can train and test your model several times, which provides a more robust estimate of its performance. Another aspect of validation is checking for overfitting, which happens when your model learns the training data too well, including its noise, and performs poorly on new data. Techniques like regularization can help mitigate overfitting. Regularization techniques such as L1, lasso, and L2, ridge, regularization add a penalty to the loss function, discouraging overly complex models. Deployment. Once you're satisfied with your model's performance and have validated it, it's time to deploy it into production. Deployment is a critical phase where the model becomes part of a live system, making predictions based on real-time data. There are several options for deploying your model. You can use cloud platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure, which provide services like AWS SageMaker or Google AI Platform, making it easy to deploy and manage machine learning models. Alternatively, you could use containerization technologies like Docker to package your model, ensuring it runs consistently across different environments. When deploying your model, consider how it will be accessed. Will it be through a REST API, where other applications can send requests and receive predictions? Or will it be integrated into a larger application? Monitoring is an essential part of the deployment process. Once your model is live, you need to track its performance continuously. Are the predictions still accurate? Is the model degrading over time due to changes in data patterns? Monitoring tools can help track these metrics, and you might need to set up alert systems to notify you when performance drops below a certain threshold. Model retraining. As new data becomes available, your model might require retraining. This is especially true in dynamic environments where data patterns can change over time, a phenomenon known as data drift. For instance, in the retail sector, customer preferences may change due to seasonal trends or economic factors. Setting up an automated pipeline for retraining can be beneficial. This means that when new data is ingested, it can trigger a retraining process that evaluates the new data, retrains the model, and redeploys it if necessary. This ensures that your model remains up to date and continues to deliver accurate predictions. Conclusion. In summary, building a robust AI pipeline is a multifaceted process that includes data ingestion, pre-processing, model training, validation, and deployment. Each of these steps is vital to ensure that your AI project is successful and can deliver valuable insights. By understanding the intricacies of each phase, you can build effective AI solutions that not only work but also adapt to the ever-changing landscape of data. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on artificial intelligence and machine learning. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What challenges have you faced in your AI projects? Leave your comments below, and let's discuss. Until next time, keep building and innovating.